born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your nationality?
So my family's from Puerto Rico. My mom's side from Vieques and my dad's side from San Sebastian.
How did your love for theater start?
I went to some really great public schools, which is super important. I had a middle school teacher who his name was Mr. Zorn, and he started a show choir for just a bunch of kids who wanted to join, and he really pushed me into pursuing music. So I went to a specialized high school for music, and from there they did some musicals, and I got interested and auditioned for a college and got my BFA from Syracuse and kind of just went from there. But I attribute all of that to really great public school teachers.
How was it getting into Broadway?
Difficult. No, it's a really competitive industry. My first job was a tour of Cats when I was 19 years old. I was off of college for a summer, and I had a dance class that was canceled that I was going to take, and a good friend of mine was like, oh, if you're not going to class, you should just go to this audition. So there were like 700 dancers there. It was crazy. And I just showed up and auditioned and somehow got the job and went from there.
Do you think being a Latino has given you an advantage of being in productions or just in Broadway in general?
It's a very interesting question. So I think it can be an advantage, but I think it can also be a disadvantage. So it really just depends on the people who are in charge and the show. Like, for example, the first time I've ever played Latino on stage was this year, and I've been performing professionally for over 10 years now. So the fact that it's only happened once and so recently is kind of rare. So I would say yes and no.
Your favorite musical out of all of them that you've played?
That's really tough. Honestly, I love Hello, Dolly. I really do. I think it is quintessential and classic, and it represents everything that is truly Broadway. The music is spectacular, and the story is heartwarming, but also hilarious, and there's tons of comedy. It just encompasses everything, and it's kind of the type of musical that I would really love to do. I love the classic musicals, so I'm not just saying it because I'm in it. I really love Hello, Dolly. I'm a dancer in the ensemble, so you'll see me doing a variety of things, but I'm one of the waiters. That's one of the more iconic parts of the show, dancing waiters.
What about your favorite musical that you haven't played, just in general? What's your favorite musical?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Because to be honest, I've done a few that I really like. I've been lucky. But one that I haven't done, I would probably say In the Heights. I would love to be in the Heights. I think it's a story about a community that I understand very well, being Hispanic and growing up in New York. So I think that would be a lot of fun.
Any advice that you would want to give, the Latino community or any Latino that is trying, to make it big in the, in Broadway or any art form?
I think there's a space for you. I think there's a space for Latinos, Hispanics. I think as a community we can be a little bit afraid or scared to get involved sometimes because it's, society the way it is, we're not always welcomed. We don't always see people who look like us on stage, but that's changing a lot, and we have to continue to change it. So don't be afraid. Just go for it. Just get involved. If you're younger, if you're in school, do the activities. Because I didn't have any money growing up, so I wasn't privately trained since I was 2 in music. I learned everything through public schools and with teachers who guided me and pushed me and got me that private training eventually that I needed when I could. But so I really started from the bottom in a way, and I think it's very possible.